welcome to Blackfeather Guild. Before we go in and say hi to the cast and get started with the show, I wanted to talk very briefly about viewer actions and a little bit about sponsors. So first off, there's a number of ways that you can actually actively participate in the show through viewer actions. One of the easiest ways to do so is through retweeting the game tweet. You should see that somewhere in chat if it's not in there already. But you just click on that link and hit retweet, and for every 5 retweets that we get on that, it will add a bonus to the cast pool and the game master pool. Now, in most cases, that's going to be an extra d6 that they can add on to any roll. Basically, a great way to use that is if a player is almost meeting a DC, but they're just not quite there, they can grab one of those d6s from the cast pool, roll that, and then add that to their roll. Basically, is how that works. Same with the GM. So that's one of the easiest ways that you can participate that way. Another way is through guild coins. That's our Twitch channel points. If you look at the rainbow colored icon, it should have the Blackfeather Guild crest on it. It should be right below your Twitch chat box. If you click on that, it'll show you all the different things that you can get with those. The biggest one being plot points. Now, plot points, you can see an example right over here. They all work pretty much the same way. It's just a matter of how big of an impact they have. So for the example, when we've got 2 plot points, the player of your choice gets something moderately helpful or unhelpful. Enter any suggestions for the GM into chat, or you can have the GM come up with something entirely on their own. So just choose if you want it to be helpful or unhelpful to the party, and that's kind of how you can use them. You can throw in your own suggestions as well. How those work: 1 plot point is something trivially helpful or unhelpful. 2 is moderately, 3 is very, and 4 is very to the entire party. So if you want to do something to help the entire party or really throw a monkey wrench in their plans, 4 plot points will do that. So that's guild coins. And then finally, we've got donations. So if you want to help out with keeping the lights on in the place, so to speak, there's a number of ways that you can financially contribute. One of those being coffee.com/Raven or Raven.rocks. You can see both of those examples down there at the bottom. Those are the addresses to do direct donations. You can also do Twitch subscriptions or bits. Those work the same way. And then finally, Patreon. We've got a Patreon, which you should see in chat here any second if it's not there already. And our Bard tier patrons and higher get credits towards viewer actions every month that they can use on any show that they would like. You just have to let us know in chat how you want to spend those, and then we'll hand those out. So some very cool stuff. Before we hop over to see the cast, one last thing to mention is a couple things on this chart here. We've already covered the D6 and the plot points, but the triple crits, what that means is you can gift auto critical successes. And you can, it's triple because you get 3. You can divvy those out however you'd like. You can do 2 to the cast, 1 to the game master, all of them to the game master, however you want to do it. So they work much like the D6s. The cast members just grab that when they're available and they really need them and use them. So it's pretty cool. And then finally, the last one, introduce an ally or enemy NPC. Just give us a brief description of what you want this character to look like, kind of their character concept and a name, and let us know if you want it to be an enemy or an ally to the party, and the GM will basically take that and run with it. So really cool ways that you can participate. Lastly, I just want to take a quick moment to mention our sponsors. If you look at the logos down below, that's who's sponsoring this episode, and we'll talk a little bit about that before we introduce everybody as well on the next scene. So yeah, check all this stuff out, and thank them for supporting us, and thank you for being here and watching. Let's go say hi to the cast. Hey, welcome back, everybody. We are back for episode 22, I think we're on now for Animus. Yeah. Um, it's going to be fun. The crew is on their way back to Earth. Uh, hey there, Quiet. Nice to see you. They're on the way back to Earth. It's going to be a long trip, so we're going to see probably a lot of crew interaction on the ship, and it'll be fun. And nothing alarming or dangerous totally will ever happen on this journey. Um, not tonight, probably. It's gonna be a long journey. I was messing with Jay earlier with hints at possibly something bad happening, but no, this is gonna be a pretty chill stream. We're all kind of tired, so we're gonna take it easy and have some really good character interaction. It's gonna be fun. Before we jump into all that, though, I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves, tell us a little bit about their character, and then we'll jump into it. So, speaking of Jay, tell us about yourself and Sparky.
Hello, it's me. I'm Jay. I am a role player, occasional streamer, mostly writer right now, and that's it. Really, that's all I got. Sparky is, I think, if I remember right, they're at least mixed Asian heritage, if not full Asian heritage. It's kind of vague because it's space. It's hard to tell lineages. But they are, or they used to be a cartel assassin, and now they're a semi-successful criminal, I guess. I mean, they haven't been caught per se, so I guess that's successful. They're slowly becoming less and less anxious, unless, of course, Rip shows up, who is Sparky's previous mentor and now torturer, essentially, without even doing anything. And they're currently trying to figure out what they really want to do. I mean, aside from staying with the crew, because the crew, as far as they're concerned, is their family now. They've been through so much together and they've all grown so much together. And also because they work so well together, which sounds really weird if you've seen the whole 2 seasons so far. But yeah, Sparky's mostly just like kind of along for the ride at the moment when they're going to Earth, because they get to stop on Mars on the way back, and that's where Sparky's from. And I have no idea how that's going to go. Yeah.
Fantastic. Next, we've got Vanessa with Annie. Tell us a little about you and your character.
Hi, I'm Vanessa. I am a traditional artist primarily. I work in watercolor and pencil sketch. And then recently this year, more so some digital stuff. And in particular, I've been doing some Animus stuff. You can check out pictures of Annie if you've never seen her, both on my art Twitter, which is @PepperoDraws, and my Ko-fi page, which is coffee.com/PepperoPrincess. So if you'd like to see what she looks like, or what she used to look like before they went undercover, her hair color is different now, but you'll get the gist of it. But she is, we like to joke, I like to call her Space Anonymous. Pre-memory wipe. She dealt in information brokering, perhaps might have gotten in trouble here and there with theft of confidential information, which she liked to steal from large corporations. So that's what she spent her time doing before getting herself into this lovely mess of a crew. But as of now, she is not so angry at Daisy anymore, hopefully, perhaps. But yeah, that's Annie.
Awesome. Next, we've got Alex. Tell us a little bit about Seattle and yourself.
Hello. Hi. Sorry, I'm very tired. Hello, I'm Alex. I'm a digital artist. I'm getting better at this. Baby, almost. This is why I don't do introductions on my own streams. Hi. Yeah, so I stream digital art on my own channel at Can Chaos Art. And I am around on a bunch of other people's channels, not just here, but also over on Jay's channel and over on Pat's channel, Tatrick, for a Lancer game run by Dardarus or Chatterbox AVA. But yeah, I'm playing Seattle, or well, I'd have to go by his old name, Guy Lavoie, when we get to Earth, because he's going back to Earth not so much to regain memories, because he doesn't want those memories back, because well, they're going back to Earth to find out why his husband was killed, as he never actually found out why. And currently he's bald as shit. He's also like he's a very gay trans man in his 50s. Normally has very nice white hair and beard. Currently doesn't, because they were trying to be as undercover as possible.
Yep. Awesome. Next, we've got Riley playing Jack or Jackie. Tell us about you and them.
So hi, I'm Riley. I'm basically just a fiber artist. I spin, knit, crochet, all the things with the fiber arts, as well as do tutorials and different community interviews and things like that. If you'd like to see any of my stuff, you can check out my website, which I will put out in chat. I recently had a shop update, so if you're a spinner or if you like just cheeky stickers, check it out. I play Jack. They are the ship's doctor. They developed a memory altering drug, which is how the crew lost their memory, and have notes that they're trying to decipher because they want to be able to figure out how to reverse it, or like why the cartel is after them for this information, or all that stuff.
Awesome. And yes, you should definitely check out Riley's stuff because it's really cool. I'm not even like super into knitting and things like that, and I find them just fascinating, the posts and whatnot. So definitely check that out. And Lisa, tell us a little bit about the captain and yourself.
I play the captain of the ship. She is an android, but she is also a black ops murder android, and she doesn't look the part. And she has ended up being the captain of this group of individuals, and is trying to understand them as humans, not always succeeding. But yeah, I usually am just around here on Saturday, and I don't really do anything else.
All right. That just leaves me. I am Raven. I'm the creative director for the Raven Evermore, which includes tabletop streaming, game design, voice acting, art, and a whole bunch of other stuff. You can check out all of my info at my Linktree, which has all my social profiles, Patreon, Coffee, my online store, portfolio, all of that stuff can be found there. And then also wanted to give a shout out to sponsors, Grinding Coffee companies. If you go to grindingcoffee.co and use the code RAVVYN, you can get 13% off of your order. And it's really good coffee. They roast it right before they ship it, so it's super fresh. And then also Fundamental RPG, which is what this game runs off of. You can get the first edition on Amazon, and you can get the playtest for second edition, which is what we're currently using for Animus, at the link there in chat. It is available for patrons on Patreon, so that will take you to that link. And then Intrepid is my brand for IRL adventuring gear. There's a lot of really cool stuff on there, and I'm about to put out some new, probably gonna start with t-shirts, but new designs for various tabletop classes, such as Ranger, Cleric, Barbarian, that sort of thing. So you can find out more about that on my Twitter, as well as at the link that's there in chat. So that's it for me and our sponsors. We're gonna jump in. Last week, you finished the heist. The stealing the lamp with the human flesh lampshade. Um, the heist was successful. I don't know if you could say it went well. There was a lot of exploding and gunplay. Made some new thief friends who tried to kill you initially. You know, average.
That's par for the
Tuesday.
course for us.
Yeah. But you've essentially finished that. You've all had a chance to kind of come down from that. If I remember right, you gave Val, the other thief, the lamp, and you'll get half of those funds when they complete the job. That will show up in like the ship's bank account at some point on your trip. I'll go ahead and tell you that they do keep their word and they do send the money.
Did we ever find out how much that was?
I want to say it was
I actually don't remember like a specific number.
I had it in my head and then I just lost it.
Okay.
How much did Daisy pay you for the for getting Liam?
Like 100,000, I think.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right. This is like significantly less than that, but still a decent amount. I want to say it was like 20,000.
Okay.
We may be adding an extra 0 on that. I'm not sure, but a decent amount, enough to pay for your trip to Earth and back. In terms of fuel and maintenance, and food. So, yeah, we ended off last session with you setting a course for Earth. Everything's pretty quiet on the ship, and you basically, the crew just has mostly free time for the next month, really, because it's going to take a long time to get to Earth, because Earth is way, way, way in the center of the map, if you will. And most folks that are not within certain social circles, which none of you are, really stick around that part of the system all that much.
Are we in any social circles?
I mean, the criminal one now. Like you have, you know, there's Tolan and Val, that you know.
Matt.
Yes. Matt.
Yep.
Vacation
Matt,
Grandpa.
Oh yeah, vacation grandpa.
That's true. That's true.
What the hell is this show? That I get such a joy out of hearing the words vacation grandpa.
That's true. Yeah, you're in some social circles, but it's the solar system that we all are used to. You're usually either very, very wealthy or very, very poor to live there. And that depends on what part of the planets you're on. Some of the other planets that got terraformed, such as Mars, are a little less stark contrast between the two classes that live there. You'll have some regions where people are not, you know, super poor, but they just have a more simple lifestyle, and whatnot. But Earth is very much so. You're either really wealthy or really poor, or you are working directly for somebody that's really wealthy, and that's why you have a nice place to live. So that's kind of what you're headed towards, but it's going to take you a while to get there. So you've got plenty of time to do anything that you would like on the ship, talk to each other, or make pit stops along the way. If there's something in particular that you wanted to do, or pick up, or explore on the way, Those are options as well, because you will have to stop periodically for food and fuel and all that good stuff.
I think I'd like to roll on education or something else, just to brush up on Earth and Mars like culture.
I'd like
just
to
kind
pick
of-
up stuff to start
Sure.
making cheese.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Why buy the cheese shop when you can make it yourself?
Oh no, and this way I can use the cheese cooler on all stages of preparing the cheese.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I can hear the tweets in my head already.
I was gonna say, are we gonna get more poetry?
Yeah,
my
I'm
goodness.
for.
It's gonna be a thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna look up like cultural things that might
okay.
like spark memory, or might just be things we might need to know, so we don't make a faux pas and get arrested.
Yeah, that's just going to be an education roll to hop online and look some of the basic stuff up.
It's pretty basic. It's a 15.
You got basically the information that I just gave you.
Oh, good.
There is definitely a you know what? We're gonna use this name just because I think it's funny. There's the Bezos class of citizen, and then there is a poor class of citizen with, and it literally uses those terms. And so if you're part of the upper class, you're generally, oblivious to anything that's not in your immediate surroundings. Not necessarily, evil per se. There are plenty of people that still have some sort of, hey, thanks for that raid. I can relax. Welcome. Robots have come to chill and sip oil, and we're short on oil. That's awesome. I love that.
We've got chill in spades tonight.
Yeah. Where was I? My mind just went
Talking about
blank.
the like rich people aren't necessarily evil.
Yeah. They're not necessarily evil. They're just oblivious to anything but what concerns them. So they'll generally be pretty self-centered, but very hospitable if you visit. There are plenty of them that will do anything to get ahead, but there are some people in those regions that are not like that. They just typically were born into money and just sort of held on to it without having to really be cutthroat. So you'll see a wide range of people, but generally they're oblivious to anything that's going on outside. So think like your rich white American that's not necessarily a jerk, but just doesn't know what's going on in the world.
Entitled without trying.
Yeah, exactly.
Passive entitlement. Okay.
That's a great way to put it, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
and-
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And then you have the poor class there, which is generally all of them are doing everything they can to get off of Earth. But it is the system there is very much set up so that if you are poor, it's built to keep you there.
So communism on a planet-wide scale, gang. How big of a heist do you think that is? Strike at the heart of capitalism.
I believe the captain called it "Eat the Rich."
It's
Yeah.
all comrades.
Earth is pretty much capitalism gone rampant to the extreme.
Raven, I hope you're ready for us to just full to the wall on Earth. I'm scared.
I am all for that, but I will also note that you probably also know that because it would be very widely known, the GPF has a massive presence in this system.
So we take out the GPF first. Got it.
For those that don't know, the GPF is the Galactic Police Force, and they are more so a corporate private military than actual police. I mean, take that with whatever subcontext that you will. But yeah, they definitely are not the good guys. So yeah, that's pretty much what you find out. Just checking up on chat. Oh, interesting. I can relax about ONI or Oni. Cool. Excuse me. So that's what you find now. Seattle wanting to make your own cheese. Let me get an education roll from you as well.
Remembering if I have the shoot, I don't have the learned. That's a different.
28. Nice.
28.
You managed to find a free YouTube equivalent video series on how to make your own cheese at home with minimal equipment. Some of it you're going to have to, you figure you're probably going to have to adapt things in the ship because this is made for like making it in a nice house with things like infinite running water and ventilation.
Yeah. We have, I can adjust. I'm an engineer. I'm a genius.
Let me have you roll mechanical engineering to see if you can figure out how to
not blow up the cryopod.
Well, I mean, there is that, but also do it in a way that looks nice. Set up part of the ship to serve as a cheese making.
I rolled
area.
a frickin' 2 and I still got a 20.
Nice. It's not the prettiest job you've ever done. You've MacGyvered things with supplies that should never be used in that particular manner, but you convert part of the cargo bay into a cheese making station with decent ventilation. The cargo bay is probably still going to smell like,
Also, I want to convert part of the work on converting part of the cargo bay into more of a hydroponics bay for us so we can keep growing our own foods and stuff, given the affinity the captain has been showing for growing that tomato.
Okay.
We do have 2 hydroponics pods.
Yeah, the towers.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to expand on that.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. With all the stuff that you're doing here, like, you will eventually run out of cargo bay space for cargo, but you don't generally haul a lot of cargo, so I think you'll be fine. Let's just do another...
Worst comes to worst, I just take over one of the old bedrooms.
I mean, technically you could do that too.
Please don't. We already have to smell it in the cargo bay. I don't want it coming through the vents.
I meant for the hydroponics, not for the cheese.
Same difference.
Go ahead and make another mechanical engineering roll.
Get the right page. 22.
Yeah, you do a pretty decent job. It definitely... Anybody that walks in there is going to know that an engineer that likes to do things with duct tape and WD-40 built this. But it works. It's functional. It's fine. And you're able to start growing stuff if you want.
I am making sure I harvest things from, like, seeds from the food that we've bought along the way to grow.
Okay. Very awesome. And I will say you probably aren't able to start making cheese quite yet because you got to have like the right kind of milk and whatnot. But the next time you stop, you'll be able to pick up those supplies and get started.
And that is the plan. Let's face it, goats made it to space.
Yeah. Space goats.
I'm not going to say what came to mind because I was talking about milking bugs. Because goats in space just seemed inefficient. Maybe that's what they do on Mars. I am starting to write Mars backstory, and it's going to be fucking weird. I hope you're ready.
I'm ready. I'm here for it. um, Now, I know the doctor was wanting to try to get further on deciphering those encrypted notes.
Yeah, I rolled a 26 for education for today.
Nice. So, given that you've been working on this for quite a while, with a 26, that's a pretty good roll. You're able to decipher like more than just the occasional word here and there, and start getting kind of an overview of what happened. So you're able to tell that Jacques was working for the cartel because you were a specialist in not brain surgery, but like how the brain works. There's a technical word for that I can't think of at the moment.
Psychology?
Neurosurgery?
Neurologist?
Neurology?
More neurology rather than psychology. Like the physical things that make the brain work. And you were working with the cartel to develop a drug to alter memories with the purpose of basically being able to control people. So actually, that might have been where your notes came from there, Vanessa. The idea of being able to alter somebody's memories to make them like a sleeper agent so that they do things for you.
That could be very well it.
Because we did get a little bit of that information at one point about what the cartel was up to when they tried to steal all those drugs. But yeah, that's what you did. You helped them develop the particular pharmaceuticals to do that. But that's all you're able to get for the moment. But you do know that that's how the drugs works. So, is they like chemically change memory.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
What about the captain?
Well, right now, Captain wants to know why things are being moved around on her ship into weird places.
All right.
So, guessing that it's Seattle doing it, she's going to send a message saying, "Are you moving?" That was a...
1 second. I'm gonna close the door.
Okay.
Okay.
Was that a laugh?
It was a
Okay,
laugh.
good. Okay.
Can confirm.
Oh, wait.
It's not the first time we've heard that cackle before on stream.
In the meantime, I know Daisy's probably being pretty well behaved, at least for the first couple of days, but she's going to get bored quick. And a bored Daisy is a dangerous Daisy.
Yeah.
I mean, not like making cheese or bombs dangerous, but mischievous dangerous.
She is her father's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So Captain's just going to send a message saying, "Are you moving parts of the ship into a spare room?"
Thumbs up emoji.
May I ask why?
Planet emojis.
What
Multiple
emojis?
planet emojis.
Planets.
Oh, plants.
Oh, plants.
Like fruits and vegetables.
You're growing a garden?
Thumbs up emoji.
It's like charades over text.
And then planet emoji, planet emoji, planet emoji. Robot emoji, knife emoji, plant emoji, plant emoji, plant emoji, smiley face.
Captain gives up. and goes back to just making sure the ship is running smoothly. How are we on gas?
You're a little low on fuel. The Lagrange has a range of about a week in terms of how long you can run at normal cruising speed before, probably needing to pull over. You can stretch that by reducing your speed or by, kind of letting it get down to the fumes, essentially, to give you an extra day or two, or shorten it by booking it, going full speed. But generally, you've got a range of about a week, and you've been traveling for about, I think, 4 days to and fro during the heist, and you haven't refueled yet.
Okay. Is there a gas station, like a refueling station, anywhere nearby, like on the way?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's generally spaceports and space stations and things like that along the way. Especially the further in you get to, for lack of a better term, we're going to call it the core, where Earth is.
Okay.
So there's several different places to choose from where you are now. You can go to a planet, or you could go to a space station. Of those two options, which would you prefer?
Let's do a space station.
Okay.
Easier to spin communism in.
Yeah.
There's a few different options there. There is a space station that's basically just like self-contained. It's just out in the middle of space. There are a couple that are orbiting planets, and they have various sort of factions, if you will, controlling them. The ones that are words are hard today. Orbiting planets. There's one that's mostly like a farming corporation. So probably more agricultural type products there. There's another planet that is a mining consortium, so probably going to have more products that are dealing with fuel, for one, and other mineral goods. The one that's out in the middle of space is, we'll say, like Space Amazon. So they just trade in a lot of different things.
Which one's going to have less cops?
Probably the farming one.
Let's go to the farming one.
Okay. You set course for that planet, which we're gonna call.
Are you letting us know that you're heading there?
Yes.
Okay, I'm taking over another one of the rooms, and I'm turning it into a sty or a pen.
The ship is only so big.
Please don't tell me you're bringing goats and putting them near where we sleep. It's meta, obviously, but if I hear you rooting around in one of the rooms, I'm probably gonna come ask questions.
Did Seattle tell the captain this?
Oh god,
Have fun with that.
This is gonna go great. So the planet AG-11, and it's just the space station orbiting AG-11. There's not a whole lot of fancy names. It's mostly letters and initials for this area. Actually, you would probably know that that's pretty common for corporations. For anything that's not like a major spaceport or a major trade lane, they'll just label it with letters and numbers as a way to catalog everything. So it's like a planetary SKU number.
Okay.
And it's about a day's travel out, which is well within your fuel range. As for what Seattle's wanting to do, let's see, how many crew quarters do you currently have occupied? There's Sparky, Annie, Seattle. Doctor has their own room as well as the infirmary, right? Riley?
Sorry, I forgot I was the doctor in this one.
No worries.
I was like, okay, yeah, doc. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm the doctor. I imagine that it's connected to med bay though. Like you
Okay.
walk into med bay and then like in a back corner maybe is their room.
Okay, so we won't count that as like one of the like crew quarters section then. So we've got Sparky, Annie, Seattle, Daisy, Seth, Liam. Am I forgetting anybody else on this boat?
Should be 7 people, I think.
Captain?
Yeah,
The captain has their
compartment.
their areas by the bridge, right?
Yeah, but it is sort of a room.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
smaller, but
trying to get a mental picture of like how many crew quarters are in the like crew quarters section of the ship.
gotcha.
So that's 6 occupied. This is not a huge ship, so I can't imagine there's many more crew spaces than that. Maybe 8 total.
One for hydroponics, one for animals.
Okay.
But we adopt people.
I was just gonna say, people try to kill us and then we take them in.
Then we're gonna have to start doubling up. I'm sure
We're gonna need a
Sparky
bigger
will be
ship.
fine with us adopting Val.
Adopting who?
Val.
No, there's a lot going on there. You know, let's not push that boat in the water yet. It's not sealed.
All right. So yeah, if you do that, there will be no extra crew quarters. And you've got to explain to people why you're leading goats through the halls of the ship into a crew quarters.
It's because he's
thing.
desperately trying not to think about what they might find on Earth.
That's fair.
You can't have a midlife crisis and bring goats onto the ship without telling us. It's all
Okay.
it's all
I'm having a midlife crisis and I'm bringing goats onto the ship. Sorry. Also chickens.
Captain will send them all out the airlock.
Oh my god. All right, so Daisy's not terribly bored yet, so she's probably still hanging around her room. Probably gonna hear you doing stuff in the rooms, making a bunch of noise, getting him ready, and is gonna poke her head in. What are you doing?
Making sure we have lots of food.
You know the mess hall's like that way, right?
Making us a proper hydroponics bay, as well as live animals will make sure that we have enough food if things go wrong.
Okay, plants I'm good with being near my room. I'm not sleeping next to animals.
Why not? It's smart.
Yeah, when Lagu would get gas, like this is not a well ventilated crew quarter section. Like, I mean, when anybody would, but I mean, you know, my room was right next to Lagu's.
Then we fix the vents.
Animal feces has a way of permeating everything.
How do you know this?
It's just sort of common knowledge. I mean, I've been to a farm before. I've talked to farmers. What were you gonna say, Jay?
How else am I going to get unpasteurized milk for the cheese?
Buy it like the rest of humanity?
No, it's all pasteurized now.
Why are we making cheese?
Because I need to not think about what we'll find on Earth.
I mean, you could also learn an instrument, learn to code.
know how to code.
Jigsaw puzzles are a great way to pass the time and keep your mind off of things.
You mean the things that get finished in like an hour?
Have you considered trying anything else?
I need to make cheese to refill what you all destroyed.
I'm sorry, would you rather I be full of holes?
No, I am very thankful that you're not full of bullet holes, which is why I'm not asking you to replace the cheese.
That's good. All right, fine. It's quite literally not my monkeys, not my circus. But I'm very sure other crew are gonna have an issue with it.
All right, I won't do the animals.
At least just not next to our rooms. Like, I will help.
Where else would you suggest?
We'll put them in the cargo bay.
That's where the cheese section is.
Oh dear God. How big is this cheese thing? What are you doing?
I'm making cheese. Those are the instructional videos.
What are you showing? Like a child whose parent is trying to show them, a video on Facebook. It's just gonna be like, oh, what are you showing me? Oh God, you found a whole series of videos. Okay. You know what? Whatever you need to do, I understand. I'm not going to stop you.
The hydroponic gardens is for the captain. I think she'll enjoy them. She really likes the tomato.
That is true. That's a great... I mean, we have already hydroponics, so that's... I mean, sure. Go ahead. That's whatever you need to do. I'm staying out of the cheese thing. You're gonna get some pushback from that, I'm pretty sure. Just be prepared.
They all enjoy eating the cheese.
I think there's other things that I need to do at the moment, so I'm gonna let you get back to that. Have fun.
Seattle returns to work.
Daisy just does the slow, stepping backwards a few steps, and then turns around and starts going towards the bridge.
Also, no, that is not the porn. And honestly, Daisy has probably found her parents' porn at one point or another, and yeah,
Wait,
no.
What? When did porn come into this?
Look at the Zoom chat.
Well,
Okay, context. I have context now. Oh my God.
Oh, my chest hurts.
Hi, Rowan. Oh my God. So yeah. As soon as Daisy's out of earshot of Seattle, some of the rest of you might just hear Daisy going, "Captain!"
I think Sparky will poke their head out of the room that's usually not a good sign when Daisy's yelling. And they're gonna start heading down towards the cockpit as well.
What day did you say this was on? How many days can I roll for at this point? Is it still the first day?
It's still the first day, yeah.
Okay.
When you get to the space station, it'll be the next day. 1 second. Plotting and possibly scheming character things. Okay. There is a lot happening on the first day. So yeah, Daisy is sort of not sprinting towards the bridge, but walking quickly, and yells, "Captain." Hey, thanks so much, Quiet. I appreciate that. Thank you for the donation via coffee. Just get to that. Some. So, Captain, you absolutely would be able to hear this. How do you react?
I sit there and just wait for her to come into the cockpit.
All right, fantastic. And then, yeah,
Eyeing
thank you so much
inwardly.
again. Of course. Thank you again so much, Quiet. So it doesn't alert me like what it is. It just tells me coffee gave me something, so I just got to it. And yeah, thank you so much for that $10 donation. That is worth 3 plot points and a D6, or just a bunch of D6s, however you would like to spend that on the little chart right below my face. Just let me know in chat how you want to do that, and we'll get it up there, up there on the board. So yeah, Daisy comes fast walking into the bridge. Goes, Captain, my dad's going crazy. Decided to convert one of the spare rooms into another hydroponics bay, and apparently is building a cheese plant in the cargo bay.
I knew of the hydroponics. I was not aware of a cheese plant.
Yeah, he's found a whole series of videos. It's like a YouTube tutorial thing.
Can I block those on this ship?
I think so. I mean, probably not for me, but for my dad, absolutely.
Maybe I will. How much of the cockpit is he taking up?
It looked like, I mean, there's a lot of the cargo bay that's already taken up by, we've got the vault down there and other stuff and actual, I don't know, cargo. But best I could tell, like, an eighth of what's left of the cargo bay. It's pretty extensive.
I suspect Seattle is experiencing some form of crisis over this trip. I do not fully understand what. If it is simply cheese and plants he wants, fine, he may have cheese and plants. It's not like he's trying to put animals on the ship or anything.
Well, you're welcome for that, because that's what he wanted to use the other spare room for, and I kind of said, no way in hell near my bedroom am I having animals.
Absolutely not. I have enough animals on the ship to deal with.
Fair. That is very fair. Rowan. All right. I just wanted to make sure that you were aware of what was happening, because, I mean, we're going back to where the other dad died and was murdered, and I think Dad's having a hard time with it. So expect his eccentricness to be amplified, I think.
Is he being self-destructive?
I mean, this is actually quite constructive. It's just annoyingly constructive.
Then fine. Just if he does anything more bizarre, then let me know.
Okay, will do. Yep, I'll let you know. I'm gonna go be one of the good kids now and not get into trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, Captain.
Afternoon.
So, as Daisy leaves, Sparky pokes their head in to see the captain. Everything okay, Cap?
Seattle seems to be having a bit of a crisis.
Yeah, I wondered what all the noise was.
He's modifying the ship.
Did you say that was okay?
Yes, so long as he doesn't take it too far. He
Okay.
tried to bring animals on the ship.
Ooh. Do you want me to go keep an eye on them?
No, I suspect Daisy will be doing that.
Okay. Do you want me to go keep an eye on Daisy?
That's your choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go keep an eye on Daisy. Give a shout if you detect any other weirdness. When are we making landfall?
Tomorrow,
Okay.
an agricultural station.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, we need to keep him on the ship.
I suspect that will be difficult.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go. And Sparky just kind of rambles off as they're walking down the hallway.
I go and get the cultures for my genes.
We will get them for you, Grandpa.
As Sparky's leaving, the captain's just going to say to herself, "Could the doctor tranquilize him?"
Sparky's gonna pretend they didn't hear that.
Oh my goodness.
We're just gonna roll right past that one.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? My brain just went completely blank again. All thoughts just went poof.
Your thoughts, head empty.
Yep. Oh, I'm tired. Yeah, the next morning is when you'll get to the space station and you'll be able to leave the ship and get on it. Oh, I remember what I was going to ask now. Annie, was there anything that you wanted to do right now? Just checking in. And also, would Annie have possibly checked her wardrobe at all, like closet or drawers or whatnot? Hi, Rowan. I'm tired.
I mean, she probably would have gotten changed out of her heist attire at some point.
Okay. You might notice an outfit missing. Like one of the ones inspired by 2 from Dark Matter, the like black leather pants type deals with the like a crop top or something like that. One of those types of outfits is missing.
Are either of those pieces of clothing one of her favorites?
Entirely up to you. I feel like probably not necessarily.
Okay.
At least not one that you've been seen wearing a lot. Put it that way.
Okay. In that case, she's not going to question it too much. She'll just let it go.
Okay.
I assume that. What's up?
Oh, just Jay doing the like.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Oh. I assume that Seth and Liam spend quite a bit of time together.
Generally, yeah. They're probably hanging out, talking about stuff, and Seth's probably relaying what happened, on the planet.
Stuff
and
and things.
Yeah, Liam's talking about
know,
how he
just
flew the
boy
ship
stuff.
Yeah. Liam's talking about how he flew the ship and whatnot.
Yeah, I figure Annie probably sticks around with Liam then, and hangs out with him and Seth.
Okay. Yeah, they're both like saying what happened during the heist from their perspectives, and then probably start talking about engines and technical stuff and the equivalent of sports cars and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, if anything comes up of interest that Annie has any input on or anything like that, she chimes in. But for the most part, she's just there, just exists. It seems like, she's rather at peace, kind of just listening to them talk about nothing substantial, nothing of life or death, Finally a little breather.
Yeah, they're actually talking about like, normal just stuff. Like normal interests and normal boring things.
She seems to kind of interject jokes in there every now and then as well, which I'm sure have been few and far in between with everything going on. But it seems like she's kind of perking up a little bit, and it's just nice to relax and kind of get that again.
Okay, cool. You probably get a couple laughs, a couple of eye rolls at some of the jokes. I'm sure Seth probably misses a couple of the jokes and then tries to explain, like, what he was actually talking about, thinking that you were just mistaken, and that's why you were making the joke, like completely going over his head. So that probably happens a couple times.
She's not too mean about it when it happens. She probably fakes. Oh goodness, what's the word I'm looking for? She probably like fakes offense a couple times, but then quickly just like, it's okay. Like she's just joking.
Yeah, you'll get the normal Seth super nervous, awkward reaction, and Liam's just sitting there watching the whole thing because he sees exactly what's going on, and just smirking at the whole thing. So, okay, that probably takes up your day. So we'll, unless anybody has anything else, we'll fast forward to the space station.
Actually, I would have one last thing I'd do, kind of late in the evening, once we've seen the depths of madness that Seattle is sinking to.
Sure.
I think Sparky would go up to the med bay and just knock on the door.
Okay.
So Jackie opens the door, just kind of pale, just in sweats. They usually dress up a little bit more, but they just look like they're just done.
Hey, Doc, bad time?
This like really excited and crazed look comes over their face and they're like, I just found something out. Oh, sure, come sit in.
Oh, okay. And Sparky just kind of lets themselves be let in.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I was gonna ask if you've talked to Seattle lately. I think he's having a bit of a breakdown. What does the inside of the med bay look like? Is there anything kind of off about it, or does it just look normal?
Is there a murder board set up?
Yeah, that's kind of what it
Person room.
I mean, there's notes scattered all over like the examination table and like just, but other than that, like it's fairly still tidy.
Okay. So it's like a tidy murder board.
It's a very tidy, like very, yeah.
I can kind of picture it. It's a very orderly kind of like examination almost of all the intel.
Yeah, like there's a little bit of a excited, crazy spot, but then like the rest of the room is completely.
Yeah, it just, Seattle seems like he's having a real rough time with the whole Earth thing. You okay, Doc?
Yes, I'm okay. I just need to take a seat. And then they just jump up onto the examination table and just lay flat on their back. And they're like, okay, what were you saying about the doctor?
Well, I was talking about I was wondering if you'd talk to Seattle, because like maybe you can help him work through some of the grief that he's going through.
Right. I'm the doctor. Seattle. No, I have not spoken with Seattle.
I'm getting that. When was the last time you left the med bay, Doc?
It's how many days has it been since the heist at this point?
It's just been the one.
Okay. Just since the heist.
Did you eat or drink at all?
Ah, yes. I need to replenish. I have not eaten or drinking yet.
Yeah, you kind of relieved a lot of that. So like maybe because you look kind of you look good. You kind of look.
This very, very dark look passes over their face when Sparky says, you kind of relieved all of that. Just like this extremely threatening glare in Sparky's direction, like, how dare you bring that up? So get to the point. What about Seattle?
Could you talk to him? And I mean, I'm not saying like talk him out of whatever he's doing, because like the hydroponics thing's neat, I guess. Like he's just taken on a lot of weird projects. He's making cheese.
Why is that?
It's kind of why I'm here, because we don't really know.
Nobody has any clue as to why.
He hasn't really said much about it. He's just like, he keeps rambling on about cheese and goats and cultures.
Sure, I actually had a few tests I wanted to run anyways. All completely harmless. All if Seattle's up to it. But yes, I'm sure I can find something to distract Seattle. And then they just like pull out their phone and just like, they're still laying back, and then they'll just like, they have their phone up and like they kind of like, it starts to drop to fall on their face, and then they just like flinch a little bit, and then they like hurry and like just put it against their ear, and they're just like, Seattle!
Just when I thought this day.
Seattle sends back a question mark.
Right. Mute. That one's Seattle. I am in need of assistance because I am trying to gain back just a little bit of memory as to what I was doing, and I figured out that I am a neuroscientist. So I need your help. If you could use a distraction, or if you just want to help out, if you help me out, I will give you, I will owe you,
Seattle
money for
sends the
cheese?
Seattle instead, when you say you will owe him, sends a picture, sends an emoji of a rooster.
I don't understand what that means, but sure.
Seattle replies with, I would like permission to have an emotional support rooster.
If you help me, I will look into it.
I
don't
need
have much
promises.
I don't know what to tell you. Oh. I promise that somehow, one day, you will have an emotional support rooster.
We will be at a farming community tomorrow. I will find the rooster there.
Oh, this is not what I was planning. You know
Sending Daisy to you to help you with your code.
what? Nope, that's not what I needed help with. I needed to scan your brain. Deals off. No.
Why do you need to scan my brain?
You! And then they just point at Sparky now.
Sparky has been listening with more concern than they've had all week. And they kind of just like sit up in the chair like, yeah.
What tools are in the medbay? Are there any like scanners or anything like that?
Oh yeah, it's a pretty good outfitted medbay. You've got like a, it looks like a giant photo scanner thing that goes over the examination table. That it's like a X-ray MRI machine, like all in one kind of a deal.
So the doctor, still laying on the examination table, says, "Take a picture of my brain."
Come again?
I've already set everything up. Mostly. You have to move this thing right here, just right here, right above my head. Why are you still standing there? Move this thing right above my head, please.
Okay. Yeah. Where did you want it?
Just right here. And then if you go over there in that panel, there's a blue button, then a purple one, and then the number is 375, and then you hit start.
And this is gonna do what?
It goes bleep, 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 and then there's a little bit of a zzz, and then my brain will pop up over there on that screen.
What?
Do you remember the sequence?
Blue, purple, 375 start?
Beautiful.
Sparky's going to send a really quick message to the captain. If I accidentally killed a doctor, they asked me to. And then
Captain just sends back, noted.
That's exactly what I thought. And then Sparky keys in blue, purple, 375, and then hit start. And they kind of like duck behind the panel.
Yeah, the machine starts up and does a scan of your brain. There, doctor.
Thank you. Daisy does not like me very much. Called me creepy. I'm gonna go get some food. If you could get anybody who's interested and is willing to give permission for their brains to be scanned, but Daisy is kind of a must because she's the only one that did not have her brain wiped. Although, I don't know if Seth or Liam had their brain wiped. You can ask one of them in her stead. But it would be better if I had all three of them so I could compare. So, if you just focus on Daisy, I could get the others.
Doc, have you ever like been told to get in a car and then the car starts driving away, but just slow enough that you still have to keep chasing up to it and you're not really sure where it's going?
No, I'm always driving the car, but that's a weird thing to bring up at the moment.
Uh-huh.
I am the best driver. Why am I not flying this ship? What was I doing?
Daisy, I don't see if she wants to, blue, purple, 375.
Right. Daisy, you're getting
And Sparky just starts walking out of the room.
Yes, and what was I doing? And like, that's how you leave Jackie. They're just like, I was going to do something.
What?
Alright.
Okay.
So, Riley, if you want to roll education for the next day, let's try to decipher your notes. 18? You're not able to get very far, unfortunately. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can give you that's just a tiny bit of information that wouldn't, like, be super telling of everything, because it's only a 18. I'd say you probably find one of the like bonding agents, chemical bonding agents, in the formula, and you know that particular one was in the pharmaceuticals that Sparky blew up, that Rip stole. So a tiny little piece of the formula you're able to decrypt from your past self's encrypted notes. Sparky, do you go try to get Daisy in for a brain scan?
Very cautiously. Yeah, if Daisy's still down with Seattle, Sparky's gonna come down, kind of just quietly trying not to raise Seattle's attention, but then like gesturing to Daisy, like, I need to talk to you.
Actually, I think Daisy's kind of giving Seattle a wide berth, just being like, I'm just gonna let you process, and I'll be over here if you need me. So I think she's probably in her quarters with her door open. Either taking apart or putting together an old computer. You're not really sure which one she's doing.
I think I think Sparky would just kind of poke their head over the door and just like really lightly knock.
without looking up, Daisy, who has like a screwdriver in her mouth while she's working on another part, goes, "Yeah, what is it?"
And Sparky kind of comes fully into the door. So, weird question. Would you like to have your brain scanned by me?
There's a pause where she visibly stops everything that she's doing. Slowly
Sparky's
sets the
still
part.
like looking into a corner of the room and not looking right at her.
She slowly sets the part down, grabs the screwdriver out of her mouth, and turns back to you and goes, "What?"
Captain wants brain scans of everyone to help with the whole memory thing.
Give me a speech roll
Uh-huh.
there, Sparky, because that is sus as hell.
That is 100% sus. It's a good thing this is one of my best stats. That's the nat 20.
Oh, dang.
So 45.
Nice. Okay. Why didn't she ask the doctor to do that?
Because the doctor is kind of preoccupied with like code breaking stuff, I guess. It's kind of a mess, but like I'm kind of like they showed me how to do it. It's really foolproof. That's why I'm doing it.
Okay. Sure. She sets her stuff down on the table and gets up and like, yeah, that's fine. As long as the captain needs it, I'm happy to help.
Oh, Sparky, you are building bridges out of fucking plywood. So Sparky's going to send a real quick message to the doctor while they're heading down to the med bay to say, can you go into the back room? I'm going to get Daisy's brain scan.
The doctor gets the text, and it's like the light bulb went off, and they're like, right, I was going to get food. And so then they like walk out of the room to go to the mess hall.
Is the doctor ADHD? Because this sounds alarmingly familiar.
It's highly relatable.
Yeah. This is like me every day.
So then Sparky would lead Daisy in, kind of shove off some of the notes off of the table, and just direct Daisy to have a seat.
Wow, the doctor sure did a number in this room.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna ask questions about that, but
Count yourself lucky that it's not shit. It's paper. It's fine.
You're right. It could be worse. So you're sure they told you everything to do, and you're sure you remember the sequence right? Like, I don't think the scanner can actually hurt me, but like
weird things have happened.
No offense, but like you not usually the doctoring person on the ship, you know?
No, I don't. Why would I take offense to that?
Okay, good. It just
No. Like, this is weird for me too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
As long as it's weird for both of us, I guess. I don't know. She just lays back down and
Sparky just heads back behind the panel.
Just does the whole like, this is awkward for both of us, and I don't know why I'm still talking, except I'm nervous. Is kind of what she does.
Blue, purple, 375. I have OCD.
So she lays there and it does the scan and it gets the information. Nothing bad happens.
Cool. Scans done.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Right, cool. My right hand works. My left hand. Yep, everything still works. So, good job.
Yeah, I don't actually know what else it does. So like, if there's anything else, like, run to the med bay. But they shouldn't be.
That's very reassuring. Did you need anything else, Sparky?
If you see Liam or Seth on the way out, can you just send them, both of them, even if they're together?
Sure.
Thanks. Sorry about your dad.
What about my dad?
Hmm?
What you said? Sorry about my dad. Like, what? Did something happen?
No, just like, with everything.
Yeah, she just like, no, what do you mean?
The cheese.
The cheese. Side. What?
Yeah, if you see Seth or Liam, just
She just laughs and goes, "Yeah, no, I know about the cheese farm. I'm just messing with you, Sparky." And she just like slaps Sparky on the shoulder as she walks past.
Why today? Why everyone today? Sparky and they just kind of stand in the med bay like, what's happening?
Daisy talks to Liam and Seth shortly thereafter, and they both end up in the med bay.
Okay. And Sparky will kind of give them the same gist.
I would assume that Annie goes with them.
Okay.
Oh yeah, if you're all still chatting, yeah. Oh, I'm about to be found out.
So yeah, Seth and Liam walk in, and they're like, "Yeah, Daisy said the captain was wanting brain scans of everybody." Is like,
Annie from behind the boys eyes Sparky up and down and goes, yeah, Spark, what did Captain need those brain scans for?
Well, because she wants to help the doc find out about the memory loss.
What am I rolling against that?
discipline versus speech.
You want me to re-roll it?
Yes.
Oh, my discipline is so low.
Because new person.
16.
Just barely.
I rolled a 3, but it's 18.
Oh, wow.
So
So
yeah,
I'd say that Annie is still pretty suspicious,
I mean, that's
and
fair.
allows Seth to go first because he's not the blood relative.
Poor Seth, man.
Not expendable, just
Listen.
not the blood relative.
Listen, he held some of us at gunpoint. We're still not over it. We haven't forgiven Daisy. It's gonna take a bit.
Poor Seth
So,
is paying for it for the rest
on
of
the
his short
discipline-
life.
On the discipline that Annie rolled, how sure is she that Sparky is telling the truth?
I mean, you kind of go through the mental
The
run
flow
of
chart.
like like Sparky's seeming really suspicious with this, and it's kind of weird that the captain just asked us directly. But Sparky's always nervous and suspicious acting because they're always anxious.
All right, so it would be absolutely within the realm of possibility that Annie would be like, okay, totally, yeah, Sparky's telling the truth. Hauls out her communicator and sends off a quick message to Captain. Is like, hey, Captain, why do we need brain scans?
That's
Because,
totally fair.
obviously she believes Sparky, right? The brain scans are a thing, but she's still curious as to why. And Sparky said that, it's the captain. The captain needs the brain scans. So obviously Annie would be like, hey, Cap, what's up with that? Why brain scans? And why my little brother?
Who needs a fucking heist? We make all the drama we need.
Right?
God. It's supposed to be a chill, quiet session. Here I am with anxiety pay.
And see, I thought I was being the most out there, and no, Riley has to one up me.
Oh my god.
I didn't mean to. The doctor is just like hasn't ate or slept after all of that. And then they got a little piece of like, oh, you're a neuroscientist, and it's gone straight to their head, and they're like, I need brain scans of everyone.
Welcome to every time I have to play Sparky. It doesn't stop being this way.
Welcome to Trauma in Space.
Basically. So you call out Captain.
Yeah. Hey, Cap, why do we need brain scans?
I wasn't aware that you did.
Annie looks up from her comms device and like, so her face is angled down towards her comms device, and then she looks up at Sparky like through her lashes without actually raising her head, and then back down to the comms device and sends off another message to Captain, and she's like, well, Daisy just told us that Seth and Liam needed brain scans, and when I asked Sparky about it, he said that it was coming from you.
I have no reason for anyone to receive a brain scan at this time.
She sends off a, okay, thanks, Cap. And then
Sparky's gonna get a
emoji.
message too.
Annie just leans against the wall as Seth is lying on the table doing the brain scan, crosses her arms and her legs at the ankle, and just looks at Sparky.
Fucking power stance is what that is.
Yep.
What does the captain send Sparky while they're frantically not looking at anyone except the controls?
Come to the bridge now.
I feel like
You
this
got
is a
called to
total
the
like
principal's office.
Oh.
this is a total older sibling move
Oh,
when they just want to
100%.
shit on their little sibling.
Mhm.
And you know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
I don't have any siblings, so I'm living vicariously in the moment.
I am the third youngest. I'm the third child in my family.
I'm the oldest, and I've done this.
This is exactly what happens. I have been through this.
I'm the youngest. I've done this.
So, Sparky sends back like, as soon as I'm done here, Cap, just give me a minute and I'll be right over.
Now.
So Sparky just leaves the machine running with Seth in the brain scan. And kind of
As Sparky passes by Annie,
Mhm.
she just gives like the smallest, most imperceptible little tilt up of the corners of her mouth, just like this complete self-satisfied smile.
Meanwhile, Seth
It's a
on
good
the
thing.
examination table is looking over like wait, what?
You're
They're leaving?
fine. Don't worry about it. It's automatic. I just had to. It's fine. And in their head, Sparky's thinking, I wish the doctor had eaten something before, because that is a shit-eating grin. So Sparky's gonna head down to the cockpit to see the captain. It's right. This is like a day after Captain told Sparky good job. Like this is
Yep.
like stripping the gold star off of a 5-year-old's report.
Yep.
Ugh. You what's up, Captain?
Oh, well, certainly I should be calling you that. You ready to take control of the ship?
I'm eating, and I just almost choked on that tone. What the hell?
I'm not gonna lie. This is flashback territory for me right now.
Oh, Captain is Space Mom for sure.
Sparky doesn't say anything for like half a minute. They're just kind of staring out. It's like, ooh, wow, look at space. And eventually looks over at Captain like, okay, here's what happened. Jack, the doctor, went a little nuts, and they're trying to break the code of their like notes, I guess, and the whole med bay's in disarray, and they wanted me to get scans of Daisy's brain for some reason, and then Liam's and Seth's as well. I think the whole crew, but like those ones specifically. And then they wanted me to get those scans, but then I figured because like they have a weird relationship with Daisy, they didn't want them to do. I didn't think Daisy would come in to do this, so I told the doctor to leave the med bay while I was getting Daisy, and then I got Daisy in there and got Daisy to get scanned. That was fine, and it was blue, purple, and 375. And then I got Daisy to go and get Liam and Seth, but then Annie came along, and Annie was like, "Hey, why are we doing this?" And I was like, "Well, because Captain said to do it, and because that was the only thing I could think up on short notice. I didn't want to get the doc in trouble."
Sorry, it's bedtime.
Yeah, I guess it is.
So, in order for your own words to carry weight, you lied.
Yes.
I very much don't appreciate when other people speak for me or make decisions for me. I recommend you go tell them the truth. I had nothing to do with this. The repercussions are not my problem.
Sorry, Captain.
She just turns around in her chair.
Yeah. Look at everyone's got power moves today. Jeez. Ugh. Okay, and Sparky will head down the hall like a dog that just got caught in the garbage. Just like full tail between the legs, head down. And they'll head back into the med bay.
I feel bad. Like, I really want to come in and save Sparky. Like,
I know.
I just like my heart hurts. But at the same time, the doctor fell asleep eating breakfast. So, I can't send the doctor in to help you.
That's fine. Listen, again, this is not the first time or the last time Sparky will make their own mess. They are a champion at nothing else. So yeah, they'll come back in and they'll sidle past Annie. Is Seth still on the table?
Annie's still like very smug.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Seth's still sitting there, like, trying to be completely motionless, but is, like doing, like, a stem thing with their fingers against their leg to try to keep the rest of their body still.
Okay. Seth, you can get off. You don't have to stay on the table. Sorry.
Oh,
And then
okay,
Annie
cool.
kind of
Annie sits up.
pipes up and she's like, "So, did Captain give you a clear answer as to why we need to do these brain scans? Because I didn't really get much out of her."
Yes, she did, Annie.
Oh, so what's going on here?
The doctor asked me to get scans, the whole crew, but I didn't think Daisy would come along if the doctor was here. So I made up a long, complicated lie that got me into trouble yet again, and I'm really embarrassed about it. So if you could just, like, leave me alone for 5 minutes and let me finish this off, and then you can just tear me apart. That'd be great.
Where's Sparky?
Again, hard flashbacks. Digging deep for these.
Annie backs off, but she's still very much laughing on the inside. But she doesn't want to push too many of Sparky's buttons. And that's not her intent. She's not trying to be mean or anything.
There's only like 5 of them, so.
Yeah.
There's the anxiety button, the panic button.
Which are alarmingly close together.
Why are they all the same color?
Yeah, no, but Annie's just clearly pulling Sparky's leg. Like she's not trying to hurt any feelings or anything, so she backs off.
Okay.
And she's just like, "All right, Seth, up you go, kid."
And then Sparky will just kind of gesture to Liam as well, like,
So Seth hops up and looks at Sparky and is like, so are there like any side effects that I need to be worried about from this thing, or like
None that the doctor told me about. I don't think so. I think it's just a
okay, cool.
Scanner.
Annie motions to Liam and she's like, well, kid, you can say no if you don't want to be here. Because clearly it's not needed, so you're free to make your own decision if you would like to leave.
Liam just sort of shrugs and is like, it couldn't hurt anything, and the free checkup, sure, I guess.
Annie just like holds out her hand for him to go ahead.
Yeah, he's just like, what the hell, why not, so he hops up on the examination table. It's like, yeah, go ahead.
Blue purple 375.
Liam just looks over at you and goes, Gesundheit?
Right, and then they press blue purple 375.
Okay, it scans, saves information. Liam hops up, and he and Seth probably go to the mess hall to eat food of some kind.
Okay, I think Sparky would just kind of yell after them, like, "Hey, if you see the doc, can you just let them know I'm done?"
Yeah.
Cool.
And you get the impression there's a chance they may have just let that go in one ear and out the other, but but they say yeah.
Is Annie still at the med bay?
I think she probably lags behind a little bit.
Okay.
Just as Sparky is speaking, but she's like leaning in the direction of leaving. So if Sparky has anything to say, she's still in the room.
No, I think Sparky would just let her go.
Okay.
Let's let those waters cool, just even out.
She does give you a little wink as she leaves, but that's it.
It could mean anything. Press all those buttons. Yeah, I think we can switch focus at this point.
The captain did say to tell everybody that the captain didn't ask for the brain scans. Does Sparky go tell Daisy?
Ah, shit. Once more into the breach. Yeah, Sparky would, like, halfway through going to their room, pause, look over to Daisy's room. Hey, Daisy.
Yeah, what's up, Spark?
Sparky just kind of pokes their head over the door. It doesn't fully come in. So remember that brain scan?
Yeah. Was there something wrong?
No. Well, I mean, I didn't look at it. I don't know what brains are supposed to look like. Doc wanted it because they have like a theory, I guess, around the whole thing. It wasn't because Cap ordered it.
Oh, so creepy doctor wanted my brain scan. So you lied to me about it.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. She goes back to fixing your computer.
And Sparky just goes back into their room and shuts the door and then locks it and then puts their chair in front of the door.
Stage hand left, cue the anxiety button.
Yeah. Can we just tape that shit down? Like, it's going to be
There's
on
like
the whole show.
There's a little text that pops up over Daisy's head that says, Daisy will remember this.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, there is a lot of subtext underneath the tip of the iceberg. I dressed up too warm for this.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sweaty.
So we're a little bit over time to go on and break. So we're gonna give you a break to calm down. Before we do, is there anything anybody wanted to do just like last minute, or do you want to say what you're about to do when we come back, just so we got like the placeholder for it? I will take that as a no. Then we're going to go take a 10-minute break. Feel free to grab a snack, stretch your legs, whatever you need to do. We'll be back in 10 minutes, and we'll be at the space station in the game, and We'll find out what shenanigans this crew can get up to on a space station.
It's only been a day.
It's been 24 hours. Which, given the last time they went to a space station, they started a union which turned into a war on the station. This can only go well. So we'll be right back in about 10 minutes. we're back. Sorry about the wait there, everybody. But we are back, and yeah. So after the events of the day after the heist, the doctor, you've got scans from Seth, Liam, and Daisy. And you already did the roll for the notes for today, so you got a little bit of the information about the binding component in the formula. One of them, anyways. And yeah, it's the next day. It's morning, your time on the ship. And you are able to dock with the space station at AG-11.
Who will be, I guess, I request fueling.
Yeah, they're able to fuel you up, no problem.
Seattle's already down in the cargo bay with the flat ready to go, so we can go out shopping.
Yeah. And yeah, they're able to fuel up the ship, no problem. In fact, they just go ahead and start doing so without even talking to you.
Yeah. Captain puts on a bonnet, gets a basket for any shopping she needs, and waits for... Yeah, she wears a bonnet.
That's amazing.
It's so sweet. I watched her tear open an elevator door every day. It's like knowing your grandma lifts. Like,
Grandma's getting them gains, okay?
Oh my god.
And yeah.
Okay. What's everybody else doing as she dock?
I mean, Sparky's gonna go out because it's better out there than in here. They look very tired, and their eyes are a bit red when they come out, but they're ready to come out and shop with the rest.
Oh, poor Sparky. Spreading communism wherever we go. Yep. Okay. What about Seattle? You said Seattle was doing what now?
He's got the flat and like the list of like supplies that he needs and the ship in general needs.
Okay, cool. And what's Annie doing?
Annie could go shopping. That would be nice.
Okay. I feel like Seth and Liam are going to run off and go buy needless, trivial things that will make them happy. As they do. What about the doctor?
So after their little falling asleep at breakfast, they once they're docked, they'll come out of the ship and they'll have their normal attire on and just this very dignified air about them.
Okay.
Getting ready to go shopping.
Okay. So is anyone staying with the ship then? I guess sounds like no one. All right.
It's fine. It's a big ship. It can take care of it. So the cryopod's
Yep.
there.
That's
Do
true.
we really want to let Rip onto our ship while nobody's watching, though?
He did it when we were all on it.
I mean,
True.
that's also very fair.
Like, dude could be on it all day. Like, he could literally be me. He could be wearing Sparky like a suit. We wouldn't know.
Hot.
Oh goodness. I will give you this. Rip is not on the ship, nor will he get on the ship at the space station. He's not here.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
when your cast is literally so paranoid that you have to do that.
Rip is not here at this time and will not be making an appearance this episode.
Okay, sounds good.
Sources say this. this source is verified.
Yeah.
But yes, I think the whole crew is going off ship. We need it.
Yeah. You've got enough anxiety and shenanigans on your own. I don't need to bring it up into this. All right. So, where do you want to go on the space station? It's a familiar layout. A lot of these space stations were built by the same manufacturers, so most of them look very similar, much in the same way that a super Walmart looks the same as any other super Walmart for the most part.
Seattle's heading down into the marketplace area. He knows this. He knows the drill.
Okay. Well, whereas on a lot of space stations you've seen a variety of shops, like a good 75% of the market area is devoted to like a farmer's market. So there's produce, vegetables, fruit, there are animals for sale, farming equipment, anything that you can see at a farmer's
is
market.
getting a good selection of like vegetable starts and stuff, and fruit starts, and other plants that would be useful to have for cooking and edibleness.
Okay. Yeah, there is plenty. Anything that you would want.
As well as he's going to be getting a lot of oxygen scrubbers.
Excuse me.
Oxygen scrub plants. Lots of ferns.
Yeah. Those are not quite as plentiful as the consumable plants, but you are able to find a few of those as well. You probably end up like buying out their whole stock to get as many as you're wanting, because there's not a lot available, but you find what you need without any real issue.
Also, we're going to be looking for unpasteurized milk, the cheese, and the various cheese cultures and cheese making equipment that he didn't necessarily have available on the ship.
Yeah, there's actually like a master cheesemonger here that has like all of that stuff.
Is it a dude?
Let's find out. Evens or odds?
Odds.
All right, if it's odds, it's a guy. It is a guy.
How old are they?
Let's see. They're a master cheesemaker, so probably
Make him 90.
You say that like that will stop him.
No, I know. I'm gonna say like hard to judge, but somewhere between like 65 and 70, if you had to guess.
Right, so I'm gonna flirt.
Okay. It's culture
While I'm
cheese
doing
grandpa. Yeah, go ahead and roll charm.
See how badly I do. What the fuck is charm? There it is. Don't use it nearly well. Oh, 36!
Yeah,
Oh.
You start talking cheese and
Do I maybe pick up a date for the afternoon?
Oh, with a nat 20, absolutely. But yeah, you start talking cheese and common interests, and you just really hit it off, and yeah.
And anybody who's with Seattle has to witness us.
Did anybody go with Seattle? It's not Daisy. Daisy wants no part of this DIY madness.
This tomfoolery. No.
Yeah.
Catherine probably would have been nearby because she's looking at fresh cut flowers and little like tchotchke items.
I love the captain so much. Okay, so
she wants to get a gift for vacation grandpa.
Oh, that's so wholesome. I love it. This character that just goes from ripping apart an elevator to kill someone to buying flowers for their friend.
I never said I was going to kill them.
Just heavily
implied.
So yeah, you witness Seattle getting game here, and there are times when the flirting gets a bit cheesy, but they do decide to go out on a date, and it will be a date of culture. You're welcome for that.
I'd say it was a Gouda date.
Yeah.
Make sure you
We've
bring
made
enough
a
cheddar
real-
for paying the bill.
We've made a
Yep.
real Munster out of this, haven't we?
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
you have.
And Seattle's also like picking his brain for like recommendations as being a beginner cheesemaker himself.
I can't bear
Oh,
this
yeah.
anymore.
Also happens to share with him like the fact that he and his daughter built together a cooler, a cryopod that like maintains like the specific levels for the different cheeses.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Cheese pun.
I'm pretty sure you just made Rowan laugh.
Can somebody please clip that?
Please.
Thank you for your contribution.
I don't
Oh
know
my
anything
God.
about cheese. I
Neither
just
do
wanted to
I.
be included.
I guess you can say that we've creamed you.
Oh,
Oh,
my god. That caught me so off guard.
I mean, you can't Swiss that kind of opportunity.
You were so confident. Oh.
And it comes back to cheese puns.
Oh my
I was
God.
trying to think of something that would go with the word mozzarella, but I have nothing.
Okay, so yeah, queso. So yeah, you hit it off well. You decide to go on a date. They're happy to teach you how to make cheese and things, and they find the fact that you don't know everything quite endearing. And just for you, Alex, his name is Thomas.
You know what? Seattle's gonna keep Thomas's contact info.
So, well, hopefully things continue to go well and it doesn't end up with Seattle being blue. With
The
that
balls are a
last-
myth.
I meant blue cheese, as in, and blue as in sad.
Blue balls are still a myth.
I thought she meant balls like testicles too. But
Listen, we gotta get this going, so like...
Oh my god. With that last and final cheese pun, what is everybody else doing? I can tell you Daisy is not going to the food area, but is wandering around. Anything that's not farming related.
Boy, I really said cheese pun with my whole chest, didn't I?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You,
you sure did, huh?
the door in. Just like...
I am delightful, you guys.
Oh my god, you're
You
you're
are.
an absolute treasure. Oh.
All right. So Daisy's wandering around the shops that sell other things. Like she's probably picking out some new clothes, checking out what new tech gadgets there are at the electronics store, that sort of thing. What's Annie doing?
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing about cheese pun.
We,
Okay.
if you need a minute, we can see what the doctor's doing.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Rich.
All right.
Hey.
Oh my god. It wasn't even that funny. I'm just the
It
It
was
was.
that funny.
It was funny.
that's really
That's
embarrassing.
freaking
I really went for it.
Oh, it was great. Nothing to be embarrassed about. That was.
It was so fucking perfect.
Okay. Oh, tears. My headache is getting worse.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so right, Annie. So Annie didn't have any particular plan with shopping. When she gets off the ship, she decides that she's not gonna go with Seth and Liam. So she just kind of hangs back a little bit and watches them take off first. And she kind of gets this feeling of it's not sadness really, but just watching Liam, there's more of that sense of like really wishing that she could remember everything. And it's not something that really comes to the forefront of her mind very much because, shit's always happening. There's always something to kind of take her mind off that. But watching them, there's something about watching them go that really kind of hits her in this moment. So she's thinking more so about that. She doesn't really have a plan for shopping. So she just kind of walks around to see if anything in particular catches her attention.
Okay. Sorry, I just looked at Zoom chat. Yeah, you might wander around and you might get caught by maybe there's probably some pretty flower shops that are set up here and there. There is the clothing store, and it does have a few nice things, which Daisy's currently looking at. And I'm trying to think out what else might catch Annie's attention in this place. That's about all I can really think of. As far as what interests Annie's expressed so far. But if you think of anything that you'd want to see here, feel free to say what it is.
Let's give it to I'll give it some thought because you're right. We haven't really talked much about what interests Annie in particular. So is it cool if I take a minute to think about it and we can go to the doctor?
Absolutely. Okay. What's the doc doing?
So, is it possible that the doctor could find that binding ingredient on this spacious station?
Not at all.
So, once realizing that they couldn't find that, they do want to go to a hairstylist.
Yeah, there's probably a place to get your hair styled here. It's not an abundance of hairstyles available. But yeah, you get something simple done here. And yeah, you're not able to find that binding agent because you'd need to go to a pharmaceutical company for it. But if you ask around for it, somebody might give you a flyer for a place where you could potentially order it online as long as you have the proper credentials as a doctor, which you do.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll ask around a little bit and try to get that information and then go see if there's a style there that I want to get done.
Okay. As long as it's not anything too elaborate, they can probably do it for you. So Sparky, what do you do here at the space station?
I don't think Sparky's gonna really have anything in mind to buy. I think they're just kind of wandering around the station, just looking at stuff. They're not really hanging out with most of the crew, not pointedly avoiding them, just not really hanging around with anyone. Kind of just going for a walk, mostly.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure they don't sell flashbangs here, so.
They do not. You could probably get all the things that you would need to make a smoke bomb or something like that, if you wanted to build it yourself.
I think having any kind of explosive materials on board is usually frowned upon, but especially with this crew, I think Sparky's learned that lesson on that one.
That's fair. So I just rolled to see what Daisy notices, and with a 26, I think she'd probably notice Sparky wandering around after a while, after looking at the electronics store, and probably walks up to you and says, "Hey, you got a minute?"
Sure. You're gonna scan my brain, are you?
No.
Kidding. Because
yeah, that's
what's up?
The thing. I need help picking out clothes.
Okay, what for?
For just new clothes.
No, but like, what are the clothes for?
Well, I thought I might like to change up my look a little bit. You know, a little less coveralls and like baggy clothes, and maybe something a little more, you know, more attractive.
Sparky looks like Sparky has no idea what Daisy's on about until she says the last bit.
Okay.
Oh, and it's like their whole demeanor changes. Let's go. And they lead the way over to the clothing shop.
Cool. So Daisy just starts like picking out things and like it was, does this look good? Does this look good? And basically over the entire does this look good? Does this look good thing? Kind of explains how she's wanting to get a little less like, you know, the nerdy IT girl and maybe a little bit more, you know, like it's like, well, I don't really have another good comparison, so like Annie. But I don't want to dress like, I don't want to copy her style.
No, that's.
But like that direction.
You want classy, sexy. Don't tell her I said that. So, and like Sparky starts pointing out.
Daisy literally looks around and go like, "Oh shit, was Annie in your shop?"
Yeah, like. Yeah, so Sparky starts kind of pointing out different outfits that will kind of start getting in that way. I think given the selection, there's probably not much that they can really do, but with what they have, I think they do as good as they can with Daisy.
Okay. What type of outfit would you describe as something Sparky would pick out for Daisy?
Oh God, probably something.
Put you right on the spot here.
Something like not fully formal, not like this just vivacious kind of outfit, but something that is like, I want to make the best first impression at my new kind of managerial job. Like it's one of those, like, it's like a power outfit in a way.
Okay.
Just something that shows confidence, even if the person wearing it doesn't like exude that. It's one of those outfits that like really kind of cements who the person is, even if they themselves don't feel that way.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So she picks that up, and picks up a few other things too. Sort of like, or like that and like two other sort of different styles. She gets all three and decides she's gonna, you know, mix it up and see which one she likes the best and go from there. But she gives Sparky a little hug and says, "Thanks so much for your help. I really don't know much about this stuff."
I don't either, or I don't think I do. I don't remember how I know all this stuff. It just kind of comes. It's like muscle memory.
Yeah. I mean that makes sense. But like you did a really good job for the heist and everything, so you seem to at least have an instinct for it, if you don't remember why.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It was mostly so I could like hide the explosives under the dress, but
you know, fashion and function, it's hard combo to put together, but you seem to do it, so that wanted your help.
Thank you. They're disgustingly adorable.
So Daisy just sort of like pats Sparky on the back and heads back to the ship to go try on new clothes.
I think Sparky stands there for like a good minute, just letting that sink in, just really letting the lotion absorb into the skin. Yeah.
And around that moment, we'll pan back over to Seattle, who has come across a poultry farmer, and found the
most glorious rooster he's ever seen.
Yep.
He needs it in his life.
Was it Brahma? Is that the?
It is a Brahma rooster, and it is specifically a multicolored Brahma rooster.
It looks like Foghorn Leghorn.
Its name will be Fog Leghorn.
Yep, Jay, exactly.
No, I don't want to select all. I just want the one link, you son of a bitch. Language. Sorry, you guys don't get to get the normal muttering, swearing that I do on other streams. I try to
That's
be
fine.
polite.
You're totally
So,
fine.
Seattle is this rooster, as well as the supplies to keep it in his room as a pet.
Oh goodness. Yeah, they give you everything you need. They ring you up. You're able to.
Seattle is carrying it. Is also getting it a carry case that
Okay.
you may not be able to see into necessarily.
They give you basically like it's like fancy sturdy chicken wire, sort of a kennel made out of that with like a duck cloth, like canvas type material, shade over it, like you do with like songbirds that are in cages when you want them to sleep. So it goes over. It's got like the little slot for the handle to come through, so you can still carry it just fine with the thing over. It's not quiet.
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, they ring you up. You get everything you need.
Okay. I head back to the ship. I am in an incredibly good mood. Seattle got made a new friend, bought a new friend.
Okay. As you're walking...
Seattle also messages the doctor.
Oh.
Do you have my note yet?
The doctor will message back, "Let me scan your brain and I will give you a note."
Wonderful. I'll meet you in the med bay.
It's going to be at least 15 more minutes.
Just tell me how to do it. I'll do it myself.
Or you could just meet me somewhere. I have a notepad and a pen right here.
Wonderful. Where are you?
I'm about to head over to the clothing store.
I'll meet you there. With the giant thing that he's pulling, it's got all the supplies for the ship. He's already done like one load of plants back, so this is mostly like culture stuff and everything for the strange, large clucking.
Yep.
Seattle's in a very good mood, and also his clothes look like they may have been taken off and put back on again after being on a floor.
Okay. I'm glad Seattle's in a good mood, because give me a sight roll real quick.
Well,
It's nothing that bad.
19.
Okay, never mind. You don't notice anything. And it's nothing that's going to come back to haunt you or anything like that. Don't worry. Chill stream this time.
You can't say that to us in this game. Don't tell us not to worry. Just tell us what's going on.
All right, so what Seattle doesn't see is Daisy walking off the ship in a sort of punk out kind of outfit, like the like distressed leggings, like jeggings almost, with like a plaid skirt over it, and brightly colored cons, and probably like
I see my daughter is also looking for a date today. I wish her luck.
And like a crop top, but it's like some random band.
He was kind of getting worried that she was having a crush on Annie, but this makes him feel better. She's looking for other options.
Yeah, so that's one of the 3 outfits that she picked up. So yeah, she's walking out with that. Why are you shopping for clothes at the soup store? I just saw that in chat. That's great, Jay. All right. Annie, was there?
Yeah. Is there anything that I can roll to see if while Annie is shopping, there's anything that jumps out at her as like, for some reason she thinks that Liam would like this. So something that like harkens back to knowing Liam and going, oh shit, maybe I should get this for him.
Yeah. Maybe the two of you and like Liam would have mentioned this. Maybe the two of you used to enjoy like a particular sport together, like watching a sport or something. And it can be anything from like a traditional one to, like an e-sport or something.
I have something in particular in my mind. I just wanted to know if I can like roll for Annie remembering that this well, not necessarily remembering, but getting
gotcha.
a feeling that this thing, yeah.
Oh, in that case, yeah, it'll just be something that maybe Liam has brought up. Also, sorry, I keep looking around. That's where it came from. A random thumbtack just fell on the floor behind me, and I was like, what in the world? It came from the top of my green screen. 1 second. I was just very concerned because, thumbtacks falling from the ceiling.
Ghosts.
Okay. So yeah, you just you just get that. That's totally fine. So what is it that
Yeah, no, I'm looking for something like a small model, just some like a model that you would build, or like a puzzle that takes apart and puts back together again. So it's something that Annie probably would have gotten a feeling, like for example, if she had bought Liam things like that as a child. So it's not that she remembers getting it, it's just that like it would be something that she would look at and for some reason she would go, maybe I'll get this for Liam. Like this seems like, I don't know, maybe Liam would like this.
Yeah. How about like a particular brand that makes these little puzzle games where you have to solve puzzles and they go anywhere from very basic to incredibly complex?
Yeah, I feel like she would have gotten him like really complex one as a kid, because he's super smart and like to take things apart as a kid and figure out how they worked and then like put them back together.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're able to find one like that.
Okay. Do you want me to roll to see if she would have the feeling of remembering that, or is that just something that she has a feeling for?
Both. So like you're just drawn to that, like you find it totally makes sense that Annie would get that regardless. But yeah, feel free to roll. What was I having you all roll? Was it discipline? To remember things?
Discipline or education?
I want to say it was education, but it might be discipline.
Education was the first one to come to my mind.
I'll let you do either one.
Okay, cool. Because one's higher.
Yeah, they're both linked to cleverness, so it's whichever one you want to use is fine.
That's an 18.
Yeah. Maybe it just seems slightly familiar, like you recognize the brand name and it just has that little like deja vu kind of feeling to it. That's about it.
Okay, yeah, she'll get one of those.
All right, cool. All right, so that's Annie.
I think, sorry, can I add to that as well?
Absolutely.
I think after picking that up, she would probably go to like if there's a little shop or like a boutique or something that sells like hairpins, like anything like with designs on them, like hair accessories, things like that, and pick up a bunch of those in like different shapes and designs and stuff.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of variety, but you do find a store that has some.
Okay, she'll pick up a handful of those.
All right, cool. Captain, you were able to find flowers, no problem. Was there anything else that you wanted to do on the station?
Is there a place that would sell like little hand-painted goods?
Oh yes, a lot of those. It's literally like a farmer's market, so there's a lot of little cute knickknacks and jewelry and more practical things as well, like functional things rather, that are all handmade or hand-painted.
Okay. I think that Vacation Grandpa would like a teapot.
Yeah, there's probably like a like handmade ceramics store that would have a teapot of some kind.
Okay.
Thinking like a metal one or like a clay one or...
More like a serving one. Like you wouldn't make the tea in it, but you would serve the tea in it.
Okay.
So not a kettle, but a proper teapot.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, you find one like that. It's relatively simple compared to what you'd find in more commercial ports, but it is very well made, and the hand painting on it is pretty intricate and yeah, it's good quality.
Yeah, she'll pay for that.
Okay. Daisy walks up around that time in her new outfit and just notices Yusa comes over to see what you're doing. I was like, oh, that's really pretty. What's that for, Cap?
It is for Captain Nabisco.
Oh, nice. I'm sure he'll like that.
He has aided us in times when he did not need to, and probably should not have.
Yeah, for a corporate fleet guy, he's surprisingly not a dick.
Indeed. And then she's going to kind of look around confusedly. I need ribbons.
Okay. For like arts and craft project or?
She just shakes her head and holds up one of her braids.
Oh, like hair ribbons.
Yes.
Ah.
Mine are getting worn and faded.
That's fair. I think there was some at the clothing store. Do you want help picking some out?
Yes, please. It seems that you have been able to successfully find your own new adornment.
Oh, yeah, I picked this one out. I also had Sparky help me because they're actually pretty good at this stuff too. And I'm just guessing. But I think I guessed okay with this one, and she looks down at her outfit.
It suits you.
Thanks. Yeah, let's go over to the clothing store. And she sort of just like hooks her arm with the captain's.
Captain feels the gesture is weirdly familiar, but doesn't know why.
Okay. Another little deja vu moment there.
Yes.
And Daisy will, quote unquote, lead the captain over to the clothing store and start looking at ribbons.
Yay.
Is there any in particular that you would like the captain to find?
No. Just probably something in a pastel.
Okay. That actually fits with what Daisy would probably recommend. The pastel colors, of course, with like the flower prints on them.
Of course. Is there one with strawberries on it?
Absolutely.
Strawberries. Definitely strawberries.
Sweet. Yeah, you're able to get as much ribbon as you would like. Yeah. How long is the ship going to be here, by the way? Seattle got a date, so how long is Seattle planning on being here?
Well, Seattle does like to take extended dates.
I figure he was done his date by like late afternoons or like dinner time, which is when he's now heading over to meet with the doctor to get his note.
Oh, okay. So it's delightful afternoon, it sounds like.
With a nat 20, it better have been.
Okay. Then I imagine most everybody starts filtering back into the ship after a while. Daisy's probably one of the last ones still out. Not that there needs to be anything with this, just curious if anybody notes that and does something about that, or if everybody's like, whatever.
I still need to meet up with the doctor briefly.
Oh, yeah, you absolutely are able to do so.
On
Can
the,
Annie come back around the same time as Daisy?
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
Seattle's going to be meeting up with the doctor on the station near the clothes section.
Okay, we'll hand over to that scene then. So you meet up outside the clothes store.
Yeah, as I said, Seattle's looking like something happened, but he's in a very good mood. There's a very large container on this pallet that is clucking. So
The doctor kind of like looks behind Seattle and looks at Seattle a little bit.
Seattle's just like, all right, run your scan. Give me my note.
You have to get the scan when we're back on the ship. I can give you the note now, but what am I giving you the note for?
Emotional support, Rooster.
So you're
Pardon me.
feeling...
Oh, one moment. I just have to say thank you so much to Dr. Alejandro for that $10 donation for 2 sets of 2 plot points. Something moderately helpful for Seattle and moderately unhelpful for the doctor.
Of course.
Oof.
Evil!
I like the
so,
dichotomy.
I think what will have happen with that then is I think we can, if you'll pardon the play on words here, we can kill 2 roosters with 1 stone here. So I'm going to say that Seattle, realizing that the doctor's been a little bit hesitant to give you the information, you've taken the liberty of looking up like all of the legal requirements for a support animal and making sure that you meet all of these requirements and how the doctor is legally required to give this to you, and that if anybody says anything,
pulls it up. Just like
you've got like a whole.
Technically, I don't even have to do this brain scan, but I'm doing it to be nice to you.
Yeah, like you've got a whole legal case here. If anybody, including the rest of the ship, tries to do anything, and unfortunately, Doctor, you realize that if Seattle pushes this issue, this could jeopardize your ability to get those pharmaceuticals that you're wanting to get, because it is a pretty clear-cut legal case.
I'm not trying to deny you your emotional support. I just needed to know that you actually could admit that you were in a place where you needed one, because I can't legally give it to you if you don't give me a reason. So,
we're going to the planet where my husband was killed. It traumatized me so badly that Daisy thought it was a good idea to just wipe me clean and have me killed. Yeah, I'm having a bit of
the doctor's just like writing a note like, well, I feel like we've made some really good progress today, Seattle. Here's your note.
Thank you. it in his pocket and heads back to the ship.
Fantastic. Well, yes. Seattle has the doctor's note, and if anybody tries to press Seattle on it, you've got a whole legal case. I mean, granted, you're all criminals, so that may not always work.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see him try to actually get a lawyer.
But for places like going to space stations or, public places, things like that, if anybody tries to give you trouble, you can pull that out. My goodness. Alright. So fast forward, everybody's back on the ship except for Annie and Daisy. And Daisy comes walking back with, I'm gonna say with a, latte cup. And maybe just a tiny bit of a different color lipstick on the collar section of her shirt.
Like
so
father,
Annie,
like daughter.
right. You mentioned Annie was coming back about the same time.
Get it, Daisy.
Right?
Yeah, so Annie comes back around the same time that Daisy does, and she's holding the little bag with the gift for Liam and a tiny little bag with the hair clips in it. And as she's on her way back to the ship, she's ruffling through the hairpins. And she pulls one out and holds it in her hand, and it's a little hairpin with a bumblebee on it. And so when she gets back to the ship and she crosses paths with Daisy, she stands there for a second and looks Daisy up and down, just kind of taking in the changing of clothing. And then she walks past her and her hand curls really tightly and fists around the bumblebee hairpin, and she doesn't say anything and she just walks past onto the ship.
Okay. So yeah, Daisy's just waves at Annie and is okay, bye. And yeah, walks on to the ship. If anyone wants to notice the lipstick, you are welcome to roll sight.
Sure, why not? Considering Annie gave her once over.
I stay out of her dating life. She stays out of my dating life.
Annie is really bad at seeing things. It was a 14.
So the doctor so far is the only one that's seen it.
I also got a 14.
Okay.
16.
Okay. Oh, that's cute. Just read the thing. Yeah. Sparky notices as well.
Sparky doesn't say anything.
Cool. Yeah, Daisy seems a little bit giddy. As she sort of, lightly steps through the ship. And the first person to get to the bridge will notice a small potted Martian air plant in the cockpit that just has a note on it that says from Sparky. Assuming would probably be the captain.
Probably. Captain would look at it and move it into her quarters.
Nice.
Next to her tomato.
Of course.
And her now vase of fresh cut flowers.
That's adorable. All right. Then at that point, I think you're good to exit the space station and get back on your way. Was there anything anybody wanted to do before we do some last minute stuff and wrap up?
Not particularly.
Does
neither
anybody
did
want
Sparky.
to roll to notice what Seattle brings onto the ship?
Captain would like to.
Yeah.
16.
What do we need to
I'm
write?
sight. I mean, it's a giant. Oh yeah. You can't necessarily tell what exactly it is, but it's a large container with a canvas cloth over it that smells a little bit and maybe has the odd cluck occasionally.
I am trying so hard to be civil and not say what's coming to mind.
Seattle, what is that?
Seattle hands the captain his note.
The captain reads the note and does everything in her ability not to go paper shredder mode on it.
Seattle signs, it stays in my quarters.
How much would Captain know about roosters?
Probably nothing, but it would be also nothing to download some Wikipedia information on roosters for the captain.
Can she do that real quick?
Absolutely, it's like instantaneous.
These are noisy animals, Seattle. They make a loud, obnoxious noise as part of their circadian cycle.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Alejandro. It's another $5 donation. That's 2 plot points, something favorable for Seattle.
Seattle signs, this one has been genetically modified so they don't crow.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that a little bit further. So this particular variety, yeah, it doesn't make the loud noise in the morning. Just soft, like it's like on parallel with like a dove. Like just the clucking is more like coos, and it's
That's a little terrifying.
This giant ass rooster. It's gonna be like up to his hip.
Yeah.
All I can picture is it looking at you while you're sleeping. All you wake up to is this giant rooster's face going.
Pretty much, yeah.
Seattle's gonna love it so much.
God.
And it still poops in it. You know, it's still, you know, no poop is not gonna stink, but it doesn't smell like chicken poop. It's much more manageable odor, so it will stay confined to Seattle's room and not spread throughout the air vents. So many plot points spent on this freaking rooster. I love it.
People want the damn rooster. Okay.
That's true. So it looks like fried chicken's off the menu for everyone.
She just hands the note back and walks away.
Seattle, was like, his name's Foghorn Leghorn.
What is a foghorn leghorn?
Points to the rooster. Takes it up and shows her the absolute glory, gorgeousness of this rooster.
That is a behemoth of a rooster.
Everybody's up for big cock.
She just walks away.
I think Seth is back at that point and just looks at Seattle and was like, did you really go through all this just to make a pun?
No. Originally, I was thinking of getting a bantam for the little cock pun.
So,
but then I saw this.
Okay, so it's still like, I mean, either way, it was for the pun, right?
Nah, I wanted a pet.
Okay. Just so you know, if it was just for the pun, I respect that. Then Seth just walks off.
Seattle's just like, I'm cool with the kids. Yeah.
Grandpa, no.
Also, Seattle sends a selfie of himself with the rooster to Daisy. Meet your brother.
There's a little ding as Daisy's like coming onto the ship at that point, and from the back of the ship you just hear, "Oh, what the fuck has he gotten now?" And unless anybody else has something else to add, I think that's a great spot to end the session on. Oh, y'all are amazing. So that was fantastic. Next week we'll find out what else happens on their long journey to Earth, considering this was 2 days out of 30. And maybe we'll find out why Annie was so mad about Daisy's outfit. So
I mean, I can tell you now if you like.
Please.
If you want to. I'm curious.
Well, so the little pin that Annie had was this. I'm drawing it now for you guys, just so you can see what it looks like.
Oh.
But it's like a long hairpin with a little tiny bumblebee at one end. So the whole point was that she saw Daisy, and now this little bumblebee clashes so heavily with the outfit that she has. So she was trying to use this hairpin as like a way to kind of initiate their friendship again and try to like, obviously she's still upset, but she feels like it's a little bit okay to start moving on now. So she was going to offer this gift, but now she sees Daisy, who looks completely different, and she's like, well, fuck my gift then, because it doesn't work.
It's not like she threw out all of her clothes. She's just trying something new.
I know, but Annie was very in the headspace to be like emotionally vulnerable in this one instance. And
I get it.
Then it was like, well, fucking never mind then. So that's why she kind of like tightened her fist on it. She was like, well, I guess that's for nothing. So
Is it bad that that's exactly what I thought happened?
No.
Same.
I was
just
sitting
like,
there and I was like,
oh,
shit. Oh.
That's very Annie too.
So there
So
you go. A good way to end off the stream with that explanation.
That and what the fuck did he get now?
Yeah.
Oh, that was delightful. We're gonna go on a raid in just a minute, but before we do, I want to let everybody say what their favorite part was, where we can find them online, and all that good stuff. Let's start with Lisa. What was your favorite part? Anything else you want to share? All that good stuff.
Oh man, favorite part. Just that Sparky had the audacity to lie in the name of the captain and didn't expect it to spiral out of control for them. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah. Also, the absolute effort chat went into to get Seattle his rooster.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
But yeah, I'll be here next week. Same time, same bat channel.
Awesome. Riley, what was your favorite part? Where can we find you online and all that good stuff?
My favorite part was, oh, sorry, 1 second, I have to, cheese pun. I think that should be our raid cry.
Yes! Absolutely.
And, but I also really loved just seeing like how Captain is shopping, how Daisy shopped, how Annie shopped, and like how Seattle shopped during his midlife crisis. But I mean, it's like, it's a trauma response, but still, like, just the whole thing, it was really good. You can find me online everywhere at Arielle Knits. Check out my website if you like cheeky stickers, as well as if you're a maker, got stuff for you over there. And I spent time this week dolling my website up. So, yeah.
Awesome. Next we've got Alex. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you and all that good stuff?
Gosh. Honestly, it was the doctor being about my exact mood after a colonoscopy. You don't remember much and you're kind of manic. And you sleep a lot. And comfy pants. Whatever you do, comfy pants. And it was just like, I've been this person. Also, the doctor just being a little bit weird and wacky, and I fucking love it. You brought so much, like, life to this character. I love it.
That's great.
You can also find me next. Sorry. I will be streaming on Monday between 10 and 11 to 3 p.m. Pacific time on my channel, Can Chaos Art. No, I do not have an exact start time. No, I do not have an exact finish time. It's when I wake up.
Oh, no worries.
And then you can find me back here on Tuesday for Hunters of Calamity, where I play a different sort of criminal. Allison is very different from Seattle. Even though both of them decided to get pets, it's just for very different reasons. Seattle has reasons. Allison does not. And then Wednesday, I'm over on Tatrik's channel, where we are playing Lancer, where I'm playing Sean Blake, which is my lowest chaos character currently. He's actually quite serious and like is very calm and like tries to be in control of things. Cheese pun.
Awesome.
Goddamn cheese pun. Oh
Yep.
my god. Fuck, Vanessa. Why did you have to break us all? Oh. Yeah, and then
cheese pun,
Thursday,
cheese pun, cheese pun.
damn it. And then Thursday I'm on Jay's channel with Econoralax, where we are currently playing Stardew Valley, but we may play something else as a bit of a break because we've taken a long break for Stardew Valley. So we might do Don't Starve Together again, possibly, and bring our energy levels up and see about dragging Riley on.
Awesome. Fantastic. And then Vanessa, what was your favorite part? Where can we find you online and all that good stuff?
I think everybody's pretty much covered the favorite parts. The doctor was a pleasure as always. Also, Annie pulling the sibling card.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
With that little knowing smile that said, "Ooh, you're in trouble with mom." Yes, super fun. But yeah, all in all, just really, really nice to get a relaxing session with the assurance that Rip wasn't going to pop out of a vent somewhere and shank our knees. So that was great. As for where you can find me next, I will be here on Wednesday, where I GM Exodus. So we're going to pick up again with that. And then again here next Saturday for more Animus. But you can also check me out online. My art Twitter is @PepperoDraws, and it's Peppero like the candy, as well as my coffee page, which is coffee.com/PepperoPrincess. If you'd like to see pictures of Annie, they are all on my coffee page. And yeah.
Fantastic. And then last but not least, Jay, what was your favorite part? Where can we find you and all that good stuff?
Well, Vanessa took my my sibling bit because that was easily one of my favorite bits of it. But what I would say is, I loved the doctor. I loved everything that went on with the doctor because that came so far out of left field. It was on another diamond. I think my favorite part this time was just like all the conversations Sparky has had with the captain have always been very tense. There's never been a moment where there's like camaraderie. Oh, it feels like we're all on the same page. It always feels like Sparky's like one step away from being in shit. And this time, Sparky was so deep in it that when Lisa starts off with like, oh, well, we should call you the captain now because you're making decisions for everyone, my heart fell out of my ass. It was so like just, oh, here we go.
I'm so sorry.
So thrown out of it. No, it was perfect. It totally fit. It was just like a sudden like, I think this is the most I've ever fucked up. Like we've hit a new low. You've dug beneath the earth for this one. And that was like, I love playing against Lisa because we have the most conversations with the least amount of words.
Yep.
We just say like nothing and there's volumes of conversation. Yeah, that was fantastic. But again, I always love coming back to this because my cheeks hurt. This is my dopamine fix for the week. So yeah, otherwise you can find me, like Alex said, on Thursday. We're going to be doing something. I don't know. I've completely pared back all my other streams, so I'm just on Thursdays right now on my channel, which is Alien Jays, just like my name. And I am still hoping, fingers crossed, to at least have one system, if not possibly two systems that I'm still working on out by the end of the month, possibly early December. So keep an eye out for those on itch.io. I will be shouting about them for like a month and then never again.
And yeah, I will be re-shouting about them, so just prepare yourselves, because that's awesome. My favorite part, I actually really enjoyed Sparky's reaction to Daisy just being like, I need your help picking out clothes, and I think you have good fashion sense, and just that sort of like, oh, it really is just something nice.
But very often that happens.
Yeah, and yeah, just I felt that. That was great. I liked that reaction. I also really enjoyed Daisy being able to be like, okay, so my dad's crazy, Captain, just to let you know, these are the shenanigans that are up. I'm gonna go be the good child now, which is a new experience for me, so I'm just gonna enjoy that. Not being in trouble for a day. So that was fun. But everything else that's been said so far was also a favorite part. Y'all are the whole game is always my favorite part every week because y'all are amazing, and I love this crew. Trying to think if there was anything else that stood out aside from all the cheese puns. Yeah, it was really just the whole thing. It was fantastic. You can find me next on Tuesday for Hunters of Calamity 2, and that's at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Then Wednesday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, we'll be back for Exodus. And then Friday, we've got Neon Devils at noon and School Days at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And then back here next Saturday for more Animus at the same time. That's where you can find me next over the next week. You can also find me on my Linktree, which is right there in chat. That's got links to all my social profiles, Patreon, Coffee, my portfolio. My coffee shop has stuff available for open commissions, as well as merch for the Black Feather Guild, as well as Intrepid, which is one of our sponsors. That is my brand for in real life adventuring gear. There's a lot of really cool stuff and new stuff getting added very, very shortly. So definitely check that out. Also Fundamental RPG, which is there in chat, and Grinding Coffee Company. All really good stuff. Please check it out. And I think that's it. So we've got our raid cry, which is cheese pun, and we're going to go raid Bright Dystopia. Fantastic streamer, just a delightful human. I've hung out with on their channel while they played Phasmophobia quite a bit. It's always a good time. Definitely give them a follow if you're not doing so already. Yeah, that's everything. So thank you again, everybody. Thank you so much to everybody who donated. That was the other favorite part. The chat was also one of the best parts of the stream this time. The plot points were phenomenal. I loved that. So yeah, thank you again, everybody, and I will see you all on Tuesday. Bye, everybody.